Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, J Khaled, and today we're going to be doing a makeup video. I wanted to show you guys how I do my makeup all the time. It is a full beat. This is for when I'm going out with the girls and I know I'm going to take pictures and I know I just want to look extra snatched and fly. So I call this look Quiet Vixen. We're living in an age where I feel like everybody has an aesthetic for themselves, or everyone has their own aesthetic, or just naming things for a personal style, and we're living in a very niche moment in the world. This is my niche. I call it Quiet Vixen because it's still very striking and sexy and sultry, but also it's not like she's trying too hard, you know what I mean? It doesn't look like a lot of makeup, but this is a full beat. If you wanted something light or you don't want anything too much, this is not the specific makeup look you could go to, but this is something you can practice, and I definitely suggest you try it out. No long talking, let's go ahead and start the video.
So you want to start off with a fresh face, freshly washed and cleansed, and grab your favorite moisturizer. I'm using one from my cousin's skincare line, something light. After, you're gonna grab a primer. This is the E.L.F Cosmetics primer, and it's really good. It will have your makeup lasting literally all night, so go and grab that for real. I always start off with my brows. I know that today's trends aren't really like that, but I do it the old school way. Arches and Halo's brow products are so good. I say go and try it. And I just brush lightly their brow product through my eyebrows. This one is in, I believe, charcoal or dark brown. Then I go in with their brow liner, and I just add in some strokes where I think it's a little bit sparser. And you can tell I do that by the arches. Here, I'm making sure that the line underneath my brow is very sharp and straight. That to me makes the cleanest brow look. Born This Way concealer is your best friend, okay? I'm taking that and putting it first on the arches of my brows because I feel like that's where it needs the most coverage to have that sharp look. And now I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush and just lining the bottom of my eye. And you want to make sure that you're being very careful so that you don't go inside the brow line. So I add a little bit concealer to the top, and I'm just going to let that sit while I do the other brow. And I get as close to the brow line as possible without going into the brow line, so you want to be very careful and take your time, like I said. As you can see, I'm getting that art, like, not the arch. I'm getting the tail of the brow very sharp. And again, just taking my time. This, I think, is the longest part of the makeup look. Brows are, to me, are very important. And you want to blend that concealer up. So as you can see, I blended up and outwards, and I take my spoolie and kind of go through the brow just to make sure that everything is looking good and that it's a consistent color throughout the brow. So I did the other one, and I'm taking my fluffy blending brush now and just blending out that demarcation line between the concealer and where my skin is visible with no product. It is important to make sure the eyelids get blended out as well. And those are the brows. They look pretty good to me. Makeup by Mario foundation, very, very good. I actually put a little bit too much here, but the color match is amazing, and I would suggest getting it. If you don't want to go expensive with the foundation, I say try Thread Cosmetics, the Born This Way concealer. We're gonna go under eye to brighten the eyes and bring some light into our face. I don't have a specific pattern when it comes up to this. You can just follow exactly what I did in terms of the pattern. But if you have a pattern that you like, you can go ahead and do that one. But this is just the one I do. I don't think it necessarily really matters. On top of that, I have a pretty round face, so I just don't go too crazy with how it looks. You want to let it dry a little bit too. So once it's dried for a couple minutes, I would say like 1 minute is good enough. You want to start blending that out. And when I blend it, I just stay in the same area. Use the excess and put it into other parts of your face where it needs a highlight. And as you can see, I'm not blending out the side of my eyes yet. I'm just keeping it to the inner corner of my eye and basically the middle space of my eye. I think this is the most natural way to get an highlight without it looking too crazy. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and blend out that lighter color that's on the corner. And I think that gives you that facelift illusion, to be honest. I'm just making sure that it's all seamlessly blended. This is the Beauty Bakerie setting powder. I think I have this one in Cassava. And I go in with a light fluffier brush, still a brush that's a little denser, and I go and set that concealer we just put down. Anywhere you put the concealer for the highlight, you want to set it. At this point, we're ready to contour, so I'm taking the NARS contour in Casino and the Infallible L'Oreal. I'm gonna put the shade in the description box below, but I start off with the NARS because it's the lighter of the two and it sets as like a map for how my contour is gonna go. This is where I pile on, I would say, the most contour because it's so light, it's so airbrush, especially when you have a big fluffy brush. I prefer this over a cream contour. So you're just gonna go and do underneath that cheekbone, you're gonna do the temples, a little bit on the forehead, and you definitely want to hit that chin. So I take a smaller eyeshadow brush and I start to carve out the eyelid and the nose. So that's all one contour job for me when it comes up to contouring the nose. I don't do too much because I have a small nose, so I don't want it to look any smaller. I just make sure that my eyes are lined up. Time for the Infallible. You see how light I'm tapping it? I'm even tapping off excess. And I just dab it slightly. As you can tell, the color is very pigmented. So I use that little amount and just completely blend it out into the NARS Casino color. To me, creates the perfect contour. It gives me a sharp jawline and a sharp cheekbone without having to do too much. Then I take Casino again in NARS and I go underneath my eyes. I have smaller eyes and this is the trick I use to make my eyes look a little bit more rounder, fuller, and bigger. It's my favorite trick, honestly. Now it's time for blush. We're going in with a NARS blush color. I'm gonna put the shade down below. I always go along my contour. I like the elongated look. It makes it look more snatched, so that's what I do. I add a little to my nose, chin, and forehead to add that color all around so it's not only concentrated on my cheeks. Next is highlight. That is the Global Glow Skin Finish, and this is the most important part of the look because you want to look like you are just effortlessly glowing like a goddess. As you can see, the skin finish has a very natural shine to it. I just absolutely love this product. It's my favorite. I've had it for years. And you want to put it in all the places where the light would naturally hit you. I also add it on the inner tear ducts of my eyes to open up my eyes a little bit more, make it a little bit brighter, a little bit more attentive kind of look. And I put a lot on the brow bone because I want that glimmering, almost wet look, but not really. So if you wear this to the club, when the lights hit you, it kind of shines off of you, it bounces off of you. It's just super gorgeous. As you can see, I just really pile it on. But this is probably my favorite part of the entire look, aside from brows. Next, I go in with some mascara and I hit those bottom lashes. This also helps open up my eyes a little bit more as well. I know when you put dark things at the bottom of your eyes, it can close it off, but because we put that contour down there before and we brighten up the eyes with the Global Glow, it won't do that. Set your foundation and your makeup with whatever you want to use. I use the NYX matte finish and wet your face, okay? Always wet your face. That is Chestnut by MAC. And I'm overlining a little bit. I always overline. It's my thing. And I just make sure that, you know, I line my lips properly. Do a little mwah, mwah, mwah. What is that called? Is there a name for that? Then I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Blush Brown lipstick. And I'm going to pop that right in the middle of my lips. It's a very pretty color. This has been my go-to lip too with this. Before I used to do just one lip product, but it just didn't hit. When I started doing this, it hit more. And we're going to take another Anastasia product, and this is the lip gloss in Deep Taupe. We're just going to lightly hit our color, but not too much because we don't want it to just blend all at once. You want to keep it very centered towards the middle of your lip so you don't lose too much of that color from Chestnut. I am going to go back in with Chestnut and line it again so that my lips are still defined. That is our finished look. That is the Quiet Vixen look that I created for myself. I hope that you guys like it. I absolutely love this. It's my go-to. Anytime I go out, this is what I'm putting on because it just hits every time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Now look at this.